Can you tell me a little bit about what you enjoy in your hood? What's going on downtown?
And Renee can speak to this more than I can even, because I'm as an artist, you kind of isolate yourself in a little room by yourself, and then you walk outside and go, wow, how did all this happen? But it is really phenomenal what is happening in Los Angeles. I remember 17 years ago when I moved to the brewery that it was only a matter of time before everybody discovered all this amazing architecture and real estate, and not wanting to drive an hour and a half to get where you work. And you could see, this thing starting to blossom. And suddenly now there's amazing, listen, when they build a Whole Foods and they build a Ralph's, and it's coming.
Yeah.
And when the Starbucks comes in, it's coming. And
so you saw that evolution.
Yeah, but with that, people like Renee have carved out these amazing art spaces, and you spoke about restaurants and clubs down here. And now on a Thursday or Wednesday or Friday night, there are lines to get in places, which is insane. And there's, I love.
When you moved, it was more of a desert, if you will.
It was a desert.
Yeah.
It was a desert. It was business during the day, and when the lights went out and the business people went home, Skid Row moved in. And literally it was the homeless people, God bless them, sadly, then this became their city again. And they kind of ran these streets. And I think as people now have started to move in and hopefully Los Angeles is trying to deal with the horrible homeless problem. And appears to be, Los Angeles is doing work towards making it better. But it has become this beautiful jewel again that I think during the 20s and 30s, when Broadway was really Broadway, I mean, LA Broadway was equivalent and the sister to New York's Broadway.
Right.
LA's Broadway was a movie palace with movie houses, and these gorgeous movie houses that are up and down Broadway. And New York obviously was theater. And so it became these beautiful things. And if you look back on photos and images of Los Angeles in the 30s and 40s, it was spectacular. I mean, this was, where the fine dinner clubs were, where the fine, restaurants were, where you went to the theater and you dressed, and to see this reemergence of that scene in a really young and fresh way, which I love to be, even though I'm an old grandpa, I love to be a part of it. I still feel 20, but I love being a part of this because there are wonderful galleries and amazing art and people that live here, and this is their neighborhood. And this is where they live, where they shop, where they go, where they party, where they dine, where they socialize. And it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
It's just, I'm more than love you. I love you.
Oh, come on.
Will you please tell everyone into the camera where they can see your work, your website information, and all of that? I want to make sure that we get that.
Okay. We're in the Ren Gallery, which I mentioned before. It's in this, I'm going to let Renee correct me. It's in the Santee Court off Los Angeles between 7th and 8th. It's an amazing gallery space. Ren Gallery, Renee makes amazing parties, and I'll let her speak more about that when you speak to her.
And if I was a super fan of you, how would I get more of your art?
You can contact Renee. She handles my work. You can see more of my work at robertmorganart.com. That's robertmorganart.com. And I guess that's all I know.
Okay, still.
But they can call you.
I hope they do.